Welcome, my friend. I'm truly happy you are here today. This is not just a story, it is a learning journey. When you learn English through stories, your brain relaxes. You remember words without pressure. This story is made for English learners like you. Simple words, clear sentences, and real emotions. You learn naturally while enjoying the story. That is the best way to improve. Today's story is inspiring and motivational. It shows how a quiet boy with struggles became a world star. It teaches patience, belief, and courage. It reminds you to never give up. So read slowly and enjoy each moment. Imagine it like a movie in your mind. Listen to the voice of the story. Feel the emotions behind the words. Take a deep breath and relax. Your only job is to enjoy and learn. Step by step, your English will grow, and your motivation to. Now let's begin this journey together. Part 1. A boy from the cold city. The story begins in the city of Toronto, where winters are long and cold. Snow covers the streets for months. People walk fast to escape the wind. But inside small homes, dreams quietly grow. A boy named the Weeknd was born there. His real name was Abel. He grew up in a simple neighborhood. Life around him was not always easy or safe. His family came from Ethiopia. His mother worked very hard. She worked long hours to support him. His grandmother also helped raise him. At home, he heard Ethiopian music. Soft melodies, emotional voices, deep culture. Those sounds filled the rooms. They stayed in his heart. He didn't grow up with luxury. Money was often tight. His mother sacrificed a lot. She wanted him to have a better future. Abel was a quiet child. He watched the world carefully. He noticed people, sounds, and feelings. He thought a lot. School was not always comfortable for him. He sometimes felt different background, different life. That can feel lonely for a child, but music slowly became his friend. He listened to many songs, R&B, soul, pop, and hip-hop. Music spoke when words failed. He loved how songs could tell pain and love. He loved how voices could carry emotion. It felt powerful to him. As a teenager, life became more confusing. He struggled with direction. He didn't always follow rules. He felt lost sometimes. He eventually left school early. That decision scared his mother. She worried about his future. But Abel felt pulled by something else. He wanted freedom. He wanted to find himself. He wanted to explore life. But the road was not smooth. He and a friend left home together. They moved between places. Some nights were uncertain. Some days were heavy. Those times taught him reality. Life can be hard. Choices have consequences. But lessons also create strength. During this period, music stayed close. He listened more deeply. He felt lyrics in his bones. Music became his escape. He began experimenting with singing, quietly at first, testing his voice. Feeling the notes, he realized something important. His voice was unique, soft but emotional, gentle but strong. It could express deep feelings. He started writing lyrics, simple lines about life and emotion, about confusion and dreams. Writing felt honest. He didn't plan to be famous yet. He just wanted to express himself. Sometimes art begins like that, pure and natural. Late at night, he thought about his future. He didn't want a small life. He wanted meaning. He wanted impact, but he also felt fear. Big dreams can be scary. The unknown is uncomfortable. Still, he kept going. He and his friends created small recordings, basic equipment, simple setup. But the emotion was real. They uploaded songs online. No big promotion, no big label. Just music on the internet. Something surprising happened. People started listening. Strangers shared the songs. Listeners felt the vibe. His sound was mysterious, emotional and dark, but beautiful. It felt different from others. That difference attracted attention. He didn't show his face much. He stayed low-key. That mystery made people curious. Who was this voice? Slowly, His name began spreading online. Not everywhere yet, but growing, a small spark had started. Abel realized people connected to his sound. That gave him hope. Real hope for the first time. He thought about his past struggles. His mother's hard work, his grandmother's care. He wanted to make them proud. Music was no longer just a hobby. It felt like a path, a possible future, a real direction. He worked more seriously. More writing, more recording. Practice builds skill. Skill builds confidence. Still, nothing was guaranteed. Many artists try and fail. The industry is tough. Only a few rise, but Abel had something special, honesty in his voice, emotion in his words, that touches hearts. His journey was only beginning, a quiet beginning before a loud future. A small flame before a big fire. The cold city boy was warming up. His sound was forming, his identity was growing, and my friend, remember this. Many success stories start in confusion, in small rooms, in quiet dreams. No one knew his name yet, no big lights, no big stages. Just a young man with feelings and music, but sometimes that is enough to start, a voice, a dream, and persistence. That is how journeys begin. And this was only part one, the door was just opening. The world had not fully heard him yet, but soon, the sound from that quiet boy would travel far, much farther than he imagined. The internet hears his voice rewritten. When the Weeknd started putting his songs online, he did not expect big success. He uploaded them quietly, without showing his face or sharing his story. At first, only a small number of people listened, but those few listeners felt something special in his voice. They shared the songs with friends late at night. Slowly, the music began to travel from one ear to another. His sound was emotional and different from the usual radio songs. It felt dark, honest, and full of feeling. People became curious about the unknown singer. Mystery became part of his power. Abel liked that people focused on the music, not his image. He wanted listeners to feel the songs before judging him. He spent many nights recording and rewriting lyrics. Sometimes he sang the same line again and again to get the right emotion. He believed feeling was more important than perfection. His small team of friends helped him record and share. They were not rich or famous, just passionate. They believed his voice could reach far. Those nights were full of hope and tired eyes. But tiredness feels light when you chase a dream. Music blogs slowly started noticing his tracks online. Writers shared links and talked about the mysterious artist. Each blog brought new listeners from new places. Abel watched the numbers grow on his screen. He did not shout in celebration, he just smiled quietly and kept working. Inside his heart, hope was growing stronger. The dream no longer felt impossible. It felt far, but real. That small belief pushed him forward. Sometimes one small sign is enough to keep going. His songs talked about love, loneliness, and temptation. He sang about feelings people often hide. That honesty connected deeply with listeners. Many people played his music during late nights. His songs matched quiet thoughts and deep moods. Fans said his voice understood their emotions. That made him realize music could heal. It could sit with someone in their sadness. It could speak when they could not. This connection made his work meaningful. He was not just making songs anymore. He released a bigger collection of songs online. It felt like telling a full story through music. The response was stronger than before. More shares, more comments, more attention. People replayed the tracks again and again. His name started moving around online communities. Still, his real life stayed simple. No big cars, no luxury life. Just a growing audience and a growing dream. Sometimes he sat quietly thinking about the journey. From unknown to noticed felt unreal. Soon, people in the music industry started paying attention. Producers and managers wanted to meet him. They wanted to understand his sound. But Abel moved carefully with decisions. He did not want to lose his creative freedom. He believed his style was special. Rushing into the wrong deal could change that, so he listened more than he spoke. He learned how the business worked. He asked questions and stayed patient. Patience protected his future. His first live shows felt scary and exciting. Singing in front of real people is different from singing alone. Lights shine in your eyes. Crowds watch every move. But when he started singing, he relaxed. Music felt natural in his body. Soon the crowd sang his lyrics back. That moment touched him deeply. Words he wrote alone now lived in others. That is powerful for any artist. It reminded him why he started. He created the name XO for his creative world. Fans connected to that symbol. It felt like a secret club for listeners. His identity as an artist became clearer. Dark mood, emotional tone, mystery style. People recognized his sound quickly now. Some new artists tried copying the vibe. That showed his influence was growing. Still, he stayed focused on improvement. He never said he was the best. He stayed a student of music. Even with growth, he had doubts sometimes. Late nights brought big questions. Will this last? He wondered. Fear visits every dreamer. But he answered fear with action. He wrote more, recorded more, tried more. Progress builds confidence slowly. His mother watched quietly and felt proud. She remembered the hard days. He wanted to repay her sacrifices. That love pushed him forward. Motivation from family is powerful. His fan base spread across countries, different languages, same feelings. Music does not need translation. Emotion travels easily. Abel started seeing the bigger picture. He was building a world, not just songs. A mood people could enter. A feeling people could live in. The mystery around him slowly faded. Interviews and appearances increased. The world began to see his face. Change is part of growth. This chapter of his life was about building roots. Not shining fully yet, like preparing before sunrise. The light was coming soon. His small approach changed his life path. Simple steps opened big doors. He proved you don't need a big start. You need a real voice and consistency. The quiet boy was rising, slowly but surely. And the world was ready for more. When the world turned its eyes to him, as the Weeknd continued releasing music, the quiet internet success began turning into real-world attention. His songs were no longer living only online. They were entering radios, playlists, and public spaces. People started hearing his voice in cars and cafes. That was a different feeling from online streams. It meant the world outside was listening too. His mysterious image slowly became familiar. The boy who once hid his face was now stepping into light. Fame was no longer a far idea. It was knocking on his door. With growing attention came bigger opportunities. He began working with major producers and artists. Studios became larger and more professional. The pressure also became heavier. Now people expected hits, not just good songs. Expectations can feel like a weight on the shoulders. But Abel used that weight as motivation. He worked longer hours in studios. He repeated songs until they felt perfect. He learned how to shape sound carefully. Growth was no longer optional. It was necessary. When he worked on the album Beauty Behind the Madness, he knew it was important. This project would show the world who he really was. The songs were emotional but also powerful. They mixed darkness with pop energy. It was a risky combination. Some people wondered if it would work, but Abel trusted his instinct. He always followed feeling over fear. That album changed everything for him. It pushed him into global fame. Songs from the album became huge hits. They played on radios around the world. His voice became recognizable in many countries. People who never searched online now knew his sound. That is when fame feels real. When strangers know your music. When your voice travels without you. He felt grateful, but also surprised. Life was moving faster than before. The quiet journey was becoming loud. And the world wanted more. Awards and nominations started arriving. Big stages, bright lights, loud applause. These moments looked glamorous outside, but inside, he still felt like the same thinker. He still questioned himself. He still wanted to improve. Success did not silence his doubts. It only gave him bigger goals. He wanted to stay respected. Not just popular for a moment. Longevity mattered to him. He thought about the future deeply. Touring began on a larger scale. Traveling from city to city felt exciting but tiring. Airports, hotels, rehearsals, performances. The schedule rarely slowed down. Crowds screamed his lyrics back to him. That energy felt electric. Thousands of voices singing your words is powerful, but after shows, silence returned. Hotel rooms can feel lonely. Fame brings noise outside and quiet inside. He learned to live with that balance. It is part of the artist's life. He started shaping a stronger visual identity. His hairstyles and fashion became iconic. His red suit era later became unforgettable. Image in music can be powerful. It helps people remember you. But he never wanted image to replace music. The sound always came first. He respected the craft deeply. That respect kept his work strong. He studied music like a student. Even after success, he kept learning. Then came another big chapter with the album Starboy. This project showed evolution, a cleaner, futuristic sound. It mixed pop and electronic vibes. Some fans were surprised. Some instantly loved it. Change always brings mixed reactions, but artists must grow. Staying the same can limit creativity. Abel understood that well. He allowed himself to explore. That courage kept him fresh. The title track Starboy became massive. It introduced a new version of him, a confident, shining artist. Yet the lyrics still carried depth. He never removed emotion from music. Even in big hits, feeling stayed. That balance made him special. He could be popular and meaningful. Many artists struggle with that. He managed both worlds. That increased his respect in the industry. Fame now followed him everywhere. Cameras, interviews, headlines. Every move became news. Privacy became smaller. He learned to protect his personal space. Not every detail needed sharing. Keeping mystery helped his peace. He chose what to show. He chose what to keep private. That control protected his mind. Mental health matters in fame. He understood that clearly. Then came one of his biggest moments, the release of Blinding Lights. The song exploded worldwide. Radios played it non-stop. Charts stayed high for a long time. It became one of the most streamed songs ever. The melody felt bright and nostalgic. People of all ages loved it. It crossed generations. That is rare in music. Abel had created a global anthem. Hearing Blinding Lights everywhere felt unreal. Stores, cars, social media, events, his voice surrounded daily life. That level of success can feel like a dream. But he stayed calm. He knew trends can change. He focused on craft, not hype. That mindset kept him steady. He celebrated, but stayed grounded. Gratitude protected his heart. He often thought about his early days. He remembered uploading songs anonymously. He remembered uncertain nights. Those memories kept him humble. He never wanted to forget the journey. Struggles build character. Easy success can weaken it. His path was not easy. That gave him strength. He valued effort deeply. Hard work felt normal to him. That attitude kept pushing him forward. He also started inspiring new artists. Young singers looked up to him. They studied his sound and style. Influence is a sign of impact. He didn't copy others. He built his own lane. That originality inspired respect. He showed that being different works. You don't need to follow trends. You can create them. That lesson reached many dreamers. Still, he remained human. Some days felt heavy. Some moments felt overwhelming. No success removes emotions. It only changes the stage. He handled stress quietly. He used music as release. Writing remained therapy for him. Songs carried his feelings. That honesty stayed constant. It connected him to listeners. Real emotion always connects. This part of his life was about global recognition. From internet mystery to worldwide star. From small uploads to historic hits. It was a powerful transformation. But it didn't happen overnight. It was built year by year. Step by step, song by song, choice by choice. That is how real success grows. And my friend, there is a lesson here for you. Growth takes time. English learning takes time too. Confidence builds slowly. Like Abel's journey, small steps matter. Consistency wins. Patience pays off. Believe in progress, even when it feels slow. Part 3 of his story shows the spotlight, the big fame, the loud cheers. But behind it is discipline. Behind it is courage. Behind it is persistence. Remember that always. Big results come from small daily actions. His journey proves it. And the story is not finished yet. Even bigger lessons wait ahead. Pressure, pain, and becoming stronger. As the Weeknd reached global fame, life around him changed quickly. The world now watched his every move. Interviews, cameras, headlines, opinions, they followed him everywhere. Success looked beautiful from outside, but inside, it felt heavy sometimes. Fame can be bright, but it can also be loud. And loud words can tire a quiet heart. Abel was learning how to live inside that noise. It was a new lesson for him. With greater success came greater pressure. Every new song was compared to his old hits. Every album had to be bigger. People expected magic each time. That kind of expectation can feel scary. What if the next song is not loved? What if fans are disappointed? These thoughts visited his mind. Even confident artists feel this. Pressure is a shadow of success. The higher you go, the bigger the shadow. During this time, he worked on deeper music. He was not just chasing hits. He was expressing his inner world. His feelings, fears, and reflections entered his songs. Music became like a diary, a place where he could be honest. He sang about love that felt confusing, about nights that felt empty, about success that felt strange. Listeners connected with that truth, because many people feel the same. He also learned that fame changes relationships. Some people come closer for the wrong reasons. Some friendships fade away. Trust becomes harder. Abel noticed this slowly. He became more careful with his circle. He kept real friends near. People who knew him before fame. People who cared about him, not his status. This protected his heart. It gave him stability in chaos. Tour life also became more demanding. Long flights, different time zones, little rest. The body gets tired. The mind gets tired too. But crowds still expected energy. Fans still wanted smiles. Performing while tired is not easy. Yet he gave his best, because he respected his fans. He remembered being a dreamer once. He valued every listener deeply. That respect pushed him forward. There were moments he felt alone. Hotel rooms after big shows can feel quiet. Thousands scream your name, then silence. That contrast feels strange. Many artists talk about this feeling. Abel experienced it too. He learned to sit with it, to understand it. Loneliness does not mean failure. It means you are human. Accepting feelings made him stronger. He also started thinking about mental health, about balance and self-care. He realized non-stop work is dangerous. Rest is not weakness. Slowing down can be powerful. He took small breaks sometimes. Time to breathe and think. Time to reset his mind. This helped his creativity. A calm mind creates better art. He learned that through experience. Then came a big creative era with After Hours. This project showed a deeper side of him. The music felt cinematic and emotional. It talked about heartbreak, regret, and reflection. Fans felt the honesty. The album created a strong world. A story told through sound and visuals. Abel put his heart into it. That passion showed clearly. The red suit look from that era became iconic. It symbolized a character in his story. A man lost in fame and feeling. It was art, not just style. He treated music like storytelling. Each era had meaning, each visual had purpose. Fans loved decoding the ideas. This made his work richer. He was not just singing songs, he was building experiences. One of the biggest moments of his career arrived when he performed at the Super Bowl LV halftime show. That stage is watched by millions. It is a dream for many artists. Abel stood there representing his journey. From a quiet boy in Toronto to a global stage, it was a full circle moment. He even invested his own money to make it special. That showed dedication. Performing there felt unreal for him. Bright lights, massive audience, global attention, but inside, he stayed focused. He wanted to give a memorable show, and he did. People around the world talked about it. That performance became history. A moment he once only imagined. Now it was real. Dreams sometimes grow bigger than we expect, but even after huge achievements, he did not relax. He kept creating. He kept exploring new sounds. Growth never stopped for him. He believed artists must evolve. Staying the same can feel safe, but growth needs courage. Abel chose courage. He tried new styles. Some people loved it. Some needed time. Change always brings mixed reactions. He also reflected more on life, on who he was becoming. Fame can shape identity. He wanted to stay true. Not lost in the spotlight. He remembered his roots. His mother's sacrifices, his early struggles. Those memories grounded him. They reminded him who he was. Gratitude kept his heart steady. Fans continued supporting him strongly. Many grew up with his music. His songs became part of their lives. Breakups, late drives, deep nights. His voice was there. That connection is special. He respected it deeply. He knew music can heal. He knew songs can comfort. That purpose meant more than charts. Still, he accepted that not everyone will like everything. Some criticism is natural. Some opinions are loud. He learned not to chase approval. You cannot please everyone. But you can be honest. Honesty lasts longer. He focused on truth in art. That gave his work soul. Soul makes music timeless. This period of his life was about maturity, understanding success deeply, seeing both light and dark, learning balance, choosing peace more often, choosing meaning over noise. These lessons shaped him. They made him wiser. They made him calmer. Growth was happening inside, not just outside. And my friend, there is a lesson here for you. Life will bring pressure sometimes. Learning English may feel hard some days. Progress may feel slow, but slow progress is still progress. Like Abel's journey, step by step, stay patient. Stay consistent. Believe in your path. Part 4 of his story shows strength. Not just shining moments, but human moments. Doubt, growth, reflection. These build real success, not just fame. Real success is inner strength, and Abel was building that day by day. His journey was still moving forward. New dreams, new goals, new lessons. The story was not ending. It was evolving. And the next part would show meaning beyond fame. Purpose beyond success. A deeper understanding of life. Because sometimes the biggest journey is inside. And Abel was walking that road now. Quietly, honestly, bravely. Meaning, legacy. And the man behind the music. As the Weeknd moved further into success, his thinking began to change. Fame was no longer the main goal in his heart. He had already reached huge stages and global charts. Now he thought about meaning and legacy. What would people remember years later? Just hit songs or real impact? These questions stayed in his mind often. Success can fill your life with noise, but meaning gives it direction. Abel was now searching for that direction. He started valuing quiet moments more than loud ones. Time with family felt precious. Simple talks felt warm. He remembered how his mother worked hard for him. He remembered his grandmother's care when he was small. Those memories shaped his heart. They reminded him of real love. Not the kind from fans, but from family. That love existed before fame. And it stayed after fame. It kept him grounded. Music was still his passion, but now it was deeper. He didn't create only to top charts. He created to express truth. His songs became more reflective. He sang about life, change, and self-understanding. Fans noticed the maturity in his tone. Many of them were growing older too. They connected to his evolution. His music grew with his listeners. That is rare and special. It showed real artistry. He also began helping new artists quietly, giving advice, sharing knowledge, opening doors. He knew how hard beginnings can be. He once needed guidance too, so he offered it to others. Not for attention, but from respect. He believed music should grow as a community, not a competition. Helping others gave him joy. Real joy, not spotlight joy. Impact started to matter more. Abel also became more protective of his peace. He chose privacy more often. He shared less of his personal life. Not because he disliked fans, but because peace is important. A calm mind creates better art. He learned this through experience. The world will always talk, but you don't need to answer everything. Silence can be powerful. Protecting your energy is wisdom. Sometimes he looked back at his journey. From a quiet boy in Toronto to a world star. From uploading songs secretly to performing globally. The distance between those two lives was huge. But he remembered each step. Each struggle taught something. Each risk built courage. Nothing came instantly. Everything came from effort. That truth made him proud but humble. He also accepted that life is not perfect, even with fame and money. There are still doubts, still hard days, still questions about purpose. But now he handled them calmly. Experience teaches balance. He didn't rush answers. He let life unfold slowly. Growth is not a race, it is a journey, and he was still on it. Fans around the world continued loving his work. His songs lived in people's memories. In late-night drives, quiet rooms, and deep moments, his voice became part of many lives. That kind of connection is powerful. He respected it deeply. He knew music can comfort people. It can sit with them in sadness. It can celebrate with them in joy. That purpose felt meaningful. He no longer chased every spotlight. He chose projects carefully. He focused on quality over noise. He thought long-term, about art that lasts, not just trends that fade. This mindset showed maturity. He had grown from a dreamer into a thinker. From a rising star into an artist. Growth changed him, in a good way. And my friend, his story holds a lesson for you. Dreams take time. English learning takes time too. Some days feel slow, some days feel hard, but progress is happening. Even when you don't see it, like Abel's journey. Small steps build big futures. Consistency wins quietly. He proved that background does not decide destiny. Effort does, belief does, patience does. He was not born a superstar. He built himself, day by day, song by song, choice by choice. That is real success, and anyone can learn from that. Now imagine that young boy again. Listening to music alone, feeling lost but dreaming. If he saw his future, he might smile. Not because of fame, but because he stayed true. True to his sound, true to his feelings, true to his journey. And that is the heart of this story. Not celebrity, but growth. Not spotlight, but persistence. Not luck, but effort. Abel's life reminds us of something simple. Keep going. Even when unsure, even when slow, your path is forming. One day you may look back to and feel proud you didn't quit. Proud you kept learning. Proud you believed. Big stories often start quietly, just like his did, just like yours might. Thank you for reading this journey. Your time matters. Your dreams matter. Your progress matters. Keep learning. Keep growing. Your story is still being written, and it can be beautiful. The journey never truly ends. It just becomes deeper. If you enjoyed this story and learned new English today, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. More inspiring stories are waiting for you here. Each video helps your English grow naturally and confidently. Subscribe now and continue your learning journey with us.